Hello, and welcome to my Capstone exercise presentation. My name is Samantha Abbott, and I would like to share with you some of the highlights of my master's program journey. My area of specialization for the Master's of Elementary Education degree has been in teacher librarianship, which I have learned is a sincere calling for me. I have thoroughly enjoyed my coursework, and although I am happy to be completing my degree, I know this is not the end of my TL journey. The piece of work that I have chosen to highlight for this presentation is actually a group project that I completed as part of EDEL 546 with Joanne DeGroot. This particular project was entitled Build a Collection and required us to actually build a collection of books for a fictitious school library. You can visit our project by following this link. While this may not be considered the most academic piece by some, it was one of the pieces of work that truly impacted my practice and influenced my teaching philosophy the most. One of the reasons for this is because it brought my attention to the heart of any reading program, student engagement. My group selected recreational reading for young adults and were required to draft a proposal that would fill our library with books from this selected theme. This required writing a rationale for our theme, creating an actionable book list with a rationale for each book. This meant we read a lot of books, we read a lot more reviews, and otherwise immersed ourselves in the world of young adult literature. We were also required to include information on pricing, publishers, and other ordering particulars. Then we needed to write 2 reviews each for books we had chosen and provide links to reviews for 2 other books. We also had to create a book talk or book commercial for another book on our list using any form of media we wanted. Needless to say, it was an intensive experience. It has been said that daily reading is what transforms reading into a lifelong habit and builds reading ability. This project was all about encouraging such daily reading. I believe the biggest goal of any reading teacher and any reading program is to unleash students' motivation to read in the hopes that students will want to read for pleasure and become lifelong readers. The most influential teacher behavior to influence students' literacy development is personal reading, both in and out of school. As an avid reader myself, I think I've always known this. However, this project really seemed to unleash those strong feelings towards reading and shifted my teaching philosophy towards a view of literacy through reading. Donald Miller has said that students will read if we give them the books, the time, and the enthusiastic encouragement to do so, and I believe her. This project had me thinking about the types of texts my own students would want to read and how to introduce them to these texts. Putting the right book in the hands of the right student at the right time is all about knowing your students and your books. After all, readers are made, not born. Few students spring out of the ground fully formed as readers. They need help, and we cannot assume that they will get it from home, but they should always get it from us, their teachers. This project gave me practical experience in where and how to find and order texts, as well as how to write reviews that would really appeal to my students and would assist other adults and librarians in choosing appropriate materials for their own classroom purposes. As adults, we need to work on building relationships with books and students. This is such an important concept. Without the ability to connect with students and share book talk and conversation, the transfer of a love for reading will fall flat. Another reason I selected this piece of work is because it also blends technology into the mix in a very practical way. Creating digital book talks was a new and fun experience that I can definitely use to help motivate my students. Both creating them to share with my students and having my students create their own to share with others will engage them and help them express themselves on new levels while gaining valuable technological literacy skills that will help them in many avenues of their lives. We are going to have to meet children where they are, and where they are is often in a technology-laden world. That means we are going to have to redefine what we may traditionally view as reading and offer technological-rich reading experiences that include ebooks, websites, and other avenues of digital experiences. Books don't have to be linear, and reading can be a messy and chaotic experience. My future plans are to continue to teach with my students in mind, trying to fit the curriculum to my students' needs rather than the other way around. My Master's of Education program has reminded me that teaching is personal. It is about connections and relationships, and if I want to build a student's relationship with books, I need to build my own with them first, both the books and the students. Ultimately, I want to be a teacher who reads. The research tells us that the teachers who have an aesthetic value of reading have the greatest influence on their students' motivation and interest in reading, and have more impact on the long-term reading habits of their students than those who see reading as a skill to be mastered. I also want to be a continuous learner. One of the major gaps I felt that I had in my learning when beginning my journey as a graduate student was in the area of educational research. Now, ironically, I am really interested in educational research and hope to learn more about the process in order to conduct my own. I would like to conduct more research in the area of SSR, or sustained silent reading, and student motivation and achievement, particularly when it comes to ESL students of Aboriginal descent. I want to find out how I can implement a reading plan that works in my own school, given the limitations I may have to consider. I really feel that my experiences in this program have given me real life and hands-on practical experiences and opportunities that I can directly link to my own teaching and my own students. This particular project has also given deeper definition to my own teaching philosophy and has reignited my passion for teaching and learning. Without a doubt, the highlight of my master's journey has been this reawakening of my love for reading and literacy. When I began this journey, I anticipated a lot of theory and impractical approaches to literacy. What I got was exactly the opposite: the discovery that learning to read is all about loving to read. A culture of literacy is something that is actively created, and because of this program, I now feel more informed and confident in my knowledge to be able to initiate real change in my school and classroom. The adult who reads for herself with conviction and who is knowledgeable about what is available for children is indispensable in literary education. This journey has inspired me to become that adult, someone who is more involved and who engages in more connected conversations with colleagues about reading and literacy. Someone who is a literacy leader. Oh, and it has also inspired me to keep reading. Got any good book suggestions? Thank you.